Hello and welcome to my channel. The best pressure washer for detailers, that's a bold claim. But I think after this video, you'll agree with me that the bigboi Washr Pro really is a great option in the category for detailers and really is the best option out there. So to keep things on track, I came up with an acronym, which is FWCOS, which doesn't roll off the tongue like NASA. But what it stands for, the abbreviation stands for form factor, price, performance, competition, and overall satisfaction. By the way, the video in the beginning was the bigboi Washr Pro with their included foam cannon. So it produces lots of foam. To start off, form factor, it was important for me. I'm building a cart for that includes everything I need to detail my cars, and so it needed to fit in that cart. So there are a couple options that I couldn't figure out how it would fit, like the Cordless. They make one with a big metal bar. I think it's a handle, and I didn't know how I could fit that in the cart. Most of the other ones out there, I can be manipulated, or I could take off the handle and they fit in the cart. They would fit in the cart just fine. So form factor was important to me. Price, I didn't want to spend a ton of money, but I also didn't want to spend a little money. So I tried to do a compromise with price. And I'll go over some of the options later in the competition section. But so price, performance, the Washr Pro really is kind of the best combination of volume and pressure. It's 2 gallons per minute and 1,000 PSI. That's kind of the ball of the game that everybody's trying to hit, the numbers. There are pressure washers out there that put out more volume. There are some that put out more pressure as well. But that's the kind of the sweet spot, is the 2 gallons per minute and 1,000 PSI, and it does that. The other performance aspect of it is it's really quiet. A lot of the pressure washers out there are really noisy. This one's so quiet that actually the water coming out of the end of the nozzle is louder than the pressure washer itself. So those 2 aspects of performance. The other thing is it's maintainable and repairable. If you ever have any issues with it, you can rebuild it. It's a commercial unit that's built for the long haul, and you can rebuild it if need be. The other thing is it's a 15 amp unit. So it's meant to work on a normal 15 amp US household outlet. They do want you to be a dedicated outlet, so you shouldn't have other stuff plugged into it, but it is truly a 15 amp outlet. A lot of the other competition out there are 20 amp outlets, 20 amp units, and then some say they're 20 or 15, but they're really kind of dumbed down 20 amp units. So it is a true 15 amp unit. So that's the performance. Price, talked about a little bit, but it's MSRP on it is $6.99. They do have sales every once in a while. Plus, I'm going to include a link in the description down below, and you can also use a discount code to get an extra $20 off your purchase. It's MARK, M-A-R-K-H, in the coupon section, and you'll get an extra $20 discount. So $6.99 is puts it really in a competitive spot in the mid-range, which I'll be talking about later. So price is important. The other thing I want to mention is that I bought my own unit. I wasn't given a unit. I'm not paid for doing this review. I'm doing it because I really believe that the unit's an incredible unit and the company is a great company. I got mine in April of 2024, so it was a first shipment of units coming to the United States. A very small number of the population had issues with it, where you put the start button and it would hum instead of start. I did have that issue with mine. I finally got tired of dealing with it, and I called them on Christmas week on a Sunday in the afternoon. I left a message, and sure enough, about less than half an hour later, I was called back by tech support. So they wanted to figure out what's going on. They had some suggestions on what I can do differently and temporarily fix the problem. Then after the holiday, I get a call from the senior executive telling me about what's going on, that they have that there were some issues. They identified them, they made corrections, and from now on, the Mark II units won't be having those problems. Mark II units have a little shorter cable, I believe. It's thicker, the power cable, and they also got rid of one of the circuit boards on there to reduce problems. So that's the warranty. I had to use it, but they were very responsive, and they ended up sending me a new unit, a Mark II unit. So I have a brand new Mark II. So I'm excited to continue to use that. Competition, I kind of divided it into 3 sections. There's the 0 to 350, 350 to 1,000, and then 1,000 up above. So from 0 to 350, you're looking at competitors like the Ryobi makes a $99 pressure washer. It's actually got good reviews. People like it. They use it, and if something happens to it, they just throw it away and buy a new one. The Active 2.0 also fits in this category. I actually owned a 2.0 for less than a month. I had really bad problems with it. It was a horrible experience with the product. Called customer support. It was a bad experience with the customer support as well. So thankfully they had a money back guarantee. After I jumped through a bunch of hoops, I ended up getting my money back. And so it was a happy ending to a horrible story. So I can't endorse the Active products or their customer service, but the Active 2.0 does fall in that lower category. So when you get in the middle category, you're really looking at kind of the meat and potatoes of the group. There are a lot of pressure washers fall in that category, and there are a lot of good ones too. For instance, like the AR 630 TSS is a great unit. It's got great numbers, got great reviews. It starts out about $8.99 as the MSRP on their website, so it's the more expensive unit. It is rebuildable. It's got great characteristics. One thing is, it is a 20 amp unit. They make that perfectly clear. Actually, the plug is a 20 amp plug, so it won't even plug into a normal socket. So that's something to consider. If you don't have a 20 amp outlet, then that's not going to work for you. Some other alternatives in the category is the Active 2.3. That's a pretty new unit as well. I haven't actually used one of those or seen one, but I did read the reviews online, and the comments are it's a very noisy machine. And the other thing is, it's kind of seems like it's a 20 amp machine that they dumbed it down or trimmed it down to be a 15 amp machine. On their website, there are all kinds of restrictions on what you can do to make sure you're stay under that 15 amp level. And if you don't do those and you break the machine, then it's not warrantable. So it makes me a little bit nervous, thinking maybe it's not really built to be a 15 amp machine. So those are the big ones. And then, there is the Ego, the cordless model. So if you have Ego blower or Ego lawnmower, they make all kinds of crazy tools. If you have one of those, you can hook that up, and they have a pressure washer. And I haven't heard too many reviews on that, but if you want to go cordless, that's an option. The final category is above $1,000, and that's going to be like the Krenzla. They make it, the product speaks for itself. It really is well engineered. It's a great product, but it is over $1,000. Actually, I think the least expensive one in the States is $1,122, so over $1,100. And you get what you pay for in life. But this, the Washr Pro at almost half the price is a great option. So overall satisfaction, I'm incredibly satisfied with the product and the company that stands behind it. They really stood up and treated me right when I had an issue. And so I'm looking forward to using their product for a long time moving forward. It is maintainable and rebuildable, so I'm expecting it to last a long time. And so do I think it's the best one for the detailers? I do. I think for the money in the middle category, I think it's the best option out there. I do have a link in the description, and there is, like I said, there's a you can link to it and go check out all their they have blowers, pressure washers, vacuums, all kinds of options. They do make wheels for it because it is really heavy. It's solidly built. It weighs about 50 pounds. So I have it in my cart, so it's not an issue. But if you don't have a cart, you might want to get the wheels if you're going to leave it on the ground, because it's not something you want to be lifting around. And like I said, there is a discount code. So if you use the code MARKH when you're checking out, you'll get an extra $20 off. So thank you again for watching the video, and I look forward to making more of them. And thank you very much.